The Derby encompasses everything I am and everything I love. The atmosphere and the tradition and the mystique set the stage for the high fashion. It's people stepping out of their comfort zones, taking risk. The entirety of Churchill Downs becomes the red carpet. Women and men go to shine, and it's my job to capture the magic and put the sparkle in people's eyes. Hold on one second. Let's see. The energy in my studio, which is called The Mill, it's very high, and you can feel the anticipation, and people, they're excited. I don't sleep much, hence the note cards. I'm a designer, a psychologist, a stylist, an accountant, a hype man, a friend. I'm everything to everybody that comes in. People on average bring 10 dresses, 6 pairs of shoes, this purse or that purse, this jewelry. Where do I go to get said jewelry? Do I take him or do I take him to the Derby? For lack of a better word, it's a shit show. The phone, text, and emails are coming in at a rapid rate. Most 24-hour periods, I'm by myself with little to no sleep. Everybody asks why. Why are you by yourself? The answer to that is, for the creativity in me to be sparked, I have to meet with the person. But for the creativity to flow through me, I have to be by myself and in my own zone. So by day, I'm with people, and then by night, I'm by myself, doing my thing, where I'm comfortable. So there's not a lot of hours in the day, and I need all 24. For me, on the inside, it's a boxing match also. It's head versus heart, because creatively, I come from the heart, but to run a business, I have to come from my head. So it's like walking a tightrope, and it's a really, really tight rope. All of this is happening, and I'm supposed to be making headpieces. It's a pressure cooker, to say the least. The week leading up to Derby is the craziest. I'm a lot like Rain Man, if you remember the movie, and I'm in a bit of a catonic state. I haven't slept, and to stay awake like I do, I eat the same thing every day, so I don't really know what day it is. I change clothes, I brush my teeth a lot, I shower, just so in my mind it triggers that it's a new day, even though it's all one big day. I chew endless pieces of gum because it helps you to focus when you haven't slept. None of this is healthy, and I don't recommend it. Unless you have a daughter or son that are going to go to DAP, the University of Cincinnati's DAP program. This information will be beneficial. I sleep in 15-minute increments, so my mom comes in the door, I text her, wake me up in 12 minutes. She drives over and wakes me up, and it's a new day. So much happens in 24 hours, or in 5 minutes, it feels like 24 hours. Insane and amazing things I never thought would happen in a lifetime are happening. Celebrities and their assistants are popping in. Good Morning America is calling on the phone, asking where their box is. Us Weekly and the New York Times just tweet about us, are tweeting. And all I can really do is say, Holy Toledo, and move on to making another hat. But really, like, that's what it is. I'm like, holy cow. But I mean, that's all you get. You don't get to, like, call your friend and say, Us Weekly tweeted. Headpieces need to be made, and I'm barely hanging on by Derby Day. Last year, I delivered my last hat to the Marriott at 5:38 a.m. I pulled in. I was smiling so big, my face was about to crack. I half-assed the valet, and as I drove off, all I could think was, what in the hell am I doing driving? Next year, I need to take an Uber. Note to self. As I drove off on my way to the store, I did a little cheer. When I say we, I mean the right side of my brain and the left side of my brain. It's not, people always ask that question too, who's we? And I'm like, well, it's in here. So as I was driving off, I was like, we did it, woo woo. And anyway, so I leave the Marriott, I head to my store, and I grab a 44-ounce Diet Mountain Dew. Well, maybe I grabbed 2, maybe 3, but really it was 4. So I did a little shimmy with all my cashier friends at the store because they're all in on it. They're my friends. They're the only people I see for 6 months out of the year. So they keep me, they let me know what's going on in the real world. I finally made it back to my studio, safe and sound, back up the hill. But here's a huge but. I didn't have anything to wear. It's now like 7:30 in the morning. I had sold the last 20 things I made for myself because I'm a sucker, and if it looks good with somebody's outfit, it's out the door. So I cried, and I was a puddle on the floor. So I'm on the floor, and I begin to sing, it's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Adrian, if Rocky could get up the steps, so can I. About that time, 3 of my friends from college who played football, and they're enormous, they walked in. I'm still on the floor, and they give me a halftime speech and a fire up the sewing machine rally cry. At the same time all of this is happening, text messages are coming in from clients. So I'm on the floor looking at text messages, and it goes like this. Eyes sparkling, check. Smile sparkling, check. Skin glowing, check. We did it. Again, that's the right and left side of my head. We captured the magic. That's the main goal. And just like that, I'm back, and I'm re-energized, and I'm upright. I finish my hat, and I look in the mirror and think Minnie Pearl would be proud. My friends ask, who the hell is Minnie Pearl? I'm like, how do you not know? So once again, tears ensue. There's a lot of tears on Derby Day in my world. I finally leave and get to the track at 4 p.m. My body is shutting down, and I'm falling apart. And I'm overwhelmed by all the people because I've been alone for 6 months in my own world. So I go into hiding in the Woodford Reserve bar area behind the bartenders. I have 3 minor panic attacks. I regroup, I have a cocktail, and I come back out. I find my friends in our box at 4:30. By this point, I'm ready to go home, but I'm invested. I hold out until the Derby runs. My bet is always on the horse's entourage that I've created hats for. Last year, I had 3 horses, and we took an L, we didn't win. The year before, I had the winner, so that was amazing. as soon as all of this is happening, I'm crying, drinking, but I'm still taking in the grandeur, the grandiosity of it all, and the runway show that's happening in front of me. Post-derby, I immediately leave the track. To add to the behind-the-scenes moments of crazy and no glamour, I end up alone. Like, all 150,000 people just disappeared, and I was there. I ended up taking shelter under a viaduct with another derby casualty who had missed his bus. And I really did this. I clicked my heels twice, thinking like Dorothy, I would just magically end up back home. It didn't work. My head was bobbing up and down, and I was really starting to fall apart. And this poor guy had no idea what was going on. He could tell something was off, and I wasn't really there. He promised to get me out of this predicament, even if by helicopter. And all I could do was thank God for sending a rich one, because I only had $2 and my cell phone was dead. Hours later, out of nowhere, the Rolls Royce of Ubers appeared. Do you remember the movie God, and he pulls up in that car? That's what this Uber was. So this Rolls Royce of Ubers pulls up, and he whisks us off, and I get back home to the mill, my studio, and I'm getting out of the car, and they both yell, "Who made your hat?" And all I could do was muster a smile and die, pretty much. I walked back in, I took off my hat, I still had on my derby dress, and I crawled onto the couch like a cat, and I woke up 24 hours later, still in said derby dress. I woke up to text messages of pictures of dresses for next derby, so the next derby. The people get so excited, and they want that feeling, the high, the magic of it all. And so the next day, we're already planning for the Derby 144. And it's ultimately my job to bottle that magic and create it for someone and give it to them. And so that's what I carry with me all year long. The day after Derby, it's back on. It's back to capturing the magic and making it happen. So that's my personal story.